Hello. How are you? You're gonna see movement. And see that? I am fenced in, gated in. And then that is an air purifier. You wanna guess why? This is Solace. I've also got nope. Candle burning. Hold on. Oh, it's terrible. Right there. Candle burning. For scent control. You want to guess why? Hi, how are you? I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to the Dabbling Hook. I'm Laurel, or Rel. We just got back from vacation. A vacation that wasn't a vacation, if truth be told. We had a couple of appointments that we had rescheduled twice before vacation. And a few days before vacation, it got rescheduled again. And do you know when? Right in the middle of vacation. And you're gonna hear the lawnmower. I hope it's not horribly loud, but they just came. So it's just a confluence of stuff happening. Anyway, as I was saying, oh, sorry. Welcome. Welcome to any new subscribers. Here you will find a lot of vetching. I think that's the word, right? Oh, kvetching. Moaning. That's my life lately, moaning. About a stinky dog that I'm not happy about. But other than that, there's plenty of yarn and fabric surrounding me, so it should get better, right? And thank you, all you guys, for coming back and visiting, spending some time with me. So as I was saying, vacation. It rained and rained and rained. It rained on our way there. And it rained. The next day was good. We ended up going to a water park. And the next day it rained after that. And it just rained and rained and rained. And we had to leave vacation. So we lost 2 days of vacation. We had to leave Tuesday around noon, got home, go to the appointment, which couldn't get rescheduled because it had already been rescheduled twice, and we were gone all day Wednesday. And actually, part of a good thing on Tuesday that we got back, it was also my mom's birthday, and we're usually away on her birthday, so we had a little gathering for her. So the minions and I were able to go to that. And what else? Wednesday, our appointment, which was all day, and we got back late. Did we eat? I think we ate before we left. Yeah, we ate in town before we left back for vacation, and then we had basically the rest of that night and the next day. And the next day, the last day, full day there, it rained and rained and rained and rained and rained and rained. We still, during a slight break in the rain, went out for our last dinner, and while we were there, it rained and rained and rained. And later that night, it rained and rained and rained. And then the wind kicked in, and the balcony where we were just heard like all this noise, and I went to look, and all the chairs that were there were like all scattered. So you're gonna hear talking. Minion 2 just got back from work, and he's not feeling well, so hopefully it's nothing serious. So yeah, so it's just a confluence of things happening. And back to work Monday, and I'm not looking forward to it because it's just, oh. Anyway, what else? Well, maybe it was a minion 2 he was talking to. The pooch, the smell. Serenity now. Okay, I hope the lighting is good because it's a nice day out, but it's up and down. We have had the wettest June and July, especially July, ever. And like while I was on vacation, I actually got to wear my cardigan because it got down to like 65 degrees. So yeah, it feels almost like the end of time. Zinfandel, by the way. Cheers. So enough of my moaning and groaning as usual. What are we talking about? absolutely no rhyme or reason, or I shouldn't say rhyme or reason, no format. It's just whatever I happen to pick first. So other than it raining, vacation was cut short and it was not much of a vacation, so I am trying to think of how I can squeeze, because I have time, vacation time, that has to get used by the end of the year, and I'm trying to think of how I can, you know, maybe do a me staycation somewhere, a couple of nights away, maybe take a day off from work, I don't know. But anyway, yarn. So I just washed my oh, you hear that? The smell's killing me. Anyway, sorry, change the topic. I just washed my happy poncho for the second time. It still looks great, still like squishy, spongy, but, and a big butt on the butt. It's starting to look a little, not exactly pilly, but you can tell it's been used and washed. But I think part of that is because, like I said before, I'm not gentle or precious with my makes, unless, you know, I use like hand-dyed yarn, you know, you just can't throw in the wash, in the dryer, that kind of stuff. So but it's starting to get a bit of a halo, which I don't actually mind, but I think if I wanted to look okay for a while longer, I may have to start being a little more careful. But there you go, you can see the little nubs that are starting, and it's not all over or anything, but there are a few, and there are a few snags, but I'm pretty sure those started before I first washed it, so it's just emphasizing it now. But yeah, I wore this on the way. Sorry, I've been like cleaning and washing dishes and stuff all morning, so I've got little hangnails and stuff that's snagging. But I wore it on the way to vacation, and that first night I was able to use it to keep warm, because all my minions run hot and they like an AC, and I don't mind an AC to cool things down, but they have it on high all the time. I swear they're trying to freeze me out. But in the car, I was able to use it to throw over me while I was on my phone, because I just bit my tongue. I can't crochet or knit in the car, which just saddens me to no end. It's so much wasted time. But I was able to use it, and it came in very handy on the ride and while we were in the room. So there's that. It still washes and holds up well, and I think just a little TLC will have it looking great. So Classy Kim, I know long ago she had asked about how it wears, because I think she said a few people had said it, the plies aren't like really tight plies. They're not loose, but they're not exactly tight, so it's, I could see where snagging could happen, but she said, I guess people said it came unraveled. I have not. This is wash number 2, and I have not seen that at all. So little TLC, throw it in a garment bag, which is what I did with this, but it was in with all my other clothes, so you know, it got battered around. So that's that. And then give me a second, and I'm going to put this other one on, because I made it and I don't know, did I show it? I don't know if I showed it on, but I'll be right back. So my Tulip lace cardigan, when I made it, it had felt in the arms a little billowy, almost a little big, and I had made it extra long and a little longer than I wanted, but I just washed it for the first time, and this is the, hang on one second, the cream cotton that I used, and I'm trying to see what it says for lint. For, oh, my fault, I did not read. It says hand wash, and I believe that symbol is lay flat to dry. So yeah, I threw it in the washing machine because, and the dryer, because, you know, I said I'm not precious. What is it, cotton and, help me, Cotton and nylon. 87% cotton, 13% nylon. Why would you want to hand wash cotton? Is it because of the nylon? You would think that would make it stronger, right? But anyway, it says to hand wash. I did not, because, you know, who's got time for that? So it shrunk the arms a little, which I'm happy about. So it made it more fitted, which is the way I like it. Not skin tight, but I like things closer, not billowy. But my one gripe, and again, obviously that's my fault, I'm gonna take it out and I'm gonna sit. So I was gonna say my one gripe about it, but it's not really a gripe because I didn't pay attention. It's, if you put it in a washer and dryer, it's not going to come out looking the best. It's going to come out looking very worn, like I've worn it quite a few times and washed it a few times. And it's my seam. My bad job at the seam. Oh, and look, my ends came out, which I guess that's why a lot of people, especially in the knitting community, they weave in and leave the ends until after they wash or block it, and then they snip it off. I have seen this happen before when I've made a couple of baby blankets, and I had washed. I usually don't wash the baby blankets before I give it, but this one had on the yarn, there were like stains on it, and I wasn't sure if it was going to come out, so I decided to wash it, and it did come out. But a lot of the ends popped out too, so I guess that's a good way to make sure you have everything weaved in correctly. So anyway, no worries. But it definitely has a very used, or ooh, look, you can see the, like that. That's basically all over what it looks like. Those little nubbies. It definitely has a well-worn look after you wash it if you put it in a washer and dryer. So loops and threads, cream cotton, just FYI. Yeah, the edges are all is it gonna show? The edges are very worn looking. Yep, and it looks old is what I would say. Yeah. So that is a slightly disappointing, but it's my doing because I didn't follow directions. So, but it's still mine, and I will still use it. All right, one more I did while I was on vacation. So, funny story. Not funny to the minions, but when we were leaving, I had my bag of yarn, and I decided this time, usually when we go on vacation is when I start ramping up for fall. I'll bring a bunch of yarn and I'll make usually lots of hats and stuff. And I apologize if you can hear the lawn guys, they're right out the window blowing. So I'd bring all my chunky, super chunky yarn and make the hats and big button and 2-button cals. Oh, he's right by the window, so I know you guys are hearing that. Outside the window. But this time, because of, you know, the situation we've been in and craft fairs are just starting to come back, I decided I was just going to do a selfish vacation, a me vacation, and just bring stuff I want to work on for me, not for craft fair. I did bring a few super bulky just to make a few hats, but all this to say, I had my bag of yarn. We were taking stuff to the car, and Father Minion had the bag, and I'm going to pause before this cuts off on me, and I'll be right back. Okay, so what was I saying? He had the bag, and I think I had gone it in the bag and said, hang on, I just want to make sure I had everything in it. And I remember he put the bag down, and I thought he had taken it back again, and completely just, you know, we're getting ready, we leave. It's usually a 2-hour drive maybe, and because of traffic it always takes us closer to 4 to get there. So we get there, everything's in the room, and I'm like, to myself, I'm like, oh, we didn't bring the bag in. So I go to the car, no bag. I'm like, okay, nope, there's no way we forgot the bag, because, you know, whole week, no yarn, nope. And then I thought, okay, the yarn store is close by, but then I don't have any. It's one thing to go buy a skein of yarn or something, or two, because they have all the high end, but they also have like Plymouth yarn and Barocco and things a little less expensive than like hand dyed yarns. but I didn't want to have to buy different hooks and needles and all that stuff just for vacation. So I had a little panic attack because I had no yarn, and the thought of no yarn for like a week or more, or I had a panic attack, and that was a first. So graciously, I owe him big time. Father Minion decided to drive back. I'm like, no, I can't do it. He decided to drive. He drove back, and I think he liked long drives and on his own and all that too, but still, we just gotten there only for him to turn around and drive back again. So he brought my bag. While he was gone, because it took a little longer to come back because the lawn guy last week came that same day we left because we weren't sure when they were going to come. While he was gone, I'm sitting there, I'm on my computer, and I reach for my phone, check something, and then I automatically, like, okay, I reached for yarn, but there was no yarn, and I just had that, like, okay, so that was a first. I've never had panic attack. I almost never go anywhere without my yarn. If I do, it's usually because I've forgotten it, and then I just get really antsy when that happened. But this was like a long haul, like a whole week with no yeah. Anyway, all this to say, I had brought some of the cotton yarn, the cream cotton yarn, with me because I wanted to at least start another garment while I was on vacation. And I started one when he came back that same night, and I got through almost the entire, I was doing a raglan, a top-down top. It's been in my Ravelry library. It's supposed to be a simple top. To me right now, everything isn't that simple because I'm not used to doing wearables. But I did almost all the raglan increases that night. Well, I stayed up till I think maybe like 2 in the morning because I just couldn't sleep. So all this to say, I'm going to see if I can put this on, and then I will come back and show you what it looks like. Oh, and I also washed it too with the Tulip cardigan because it's the same material. I think it's because of the types of stitches. It doesn't look as worn out or worn in, I guess, as the cardigan, but hang on. Okay, so, ta-da! Hold on, you stand up again. Da, 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 da. Oh, let's give you a little bum. Can you see the, hopefully I'm not giving you full butt shot, but can you see the seam? Oh, there it is, you can see it. But you can barely see it in real life, but it shows up on camera. If I do this again, I'll try to figure out how I can get the seam somewhere other than where it is, but it kind of travels, so I don't know if that's possible. Unless I do, actually, let me sit down high. I think the only way I wouldn't have that traveling seam, sorry, there's something in my shoe, I don't know why. Oh, sorry. The only way was if I turned and went back and forth, but then I wanted the smooth side to show. I didn't want that, you know, back and forth side to show. And even if I went back and forth, you'd still have at least a joining. It might be straight, but you'd still have a seam. I wonder if it would work seamless though. Would it change it a little? Like in the round or continuous, I mean. Anyway, so this is by, hold on, Lakshmi Crochet or Lakshmi Ravi Narayan or Narayan, excuse the pronunciation, and she did the pattern in just one size, but she tells you what to do to increase, and I kind of tried it on as I went and you know, held it up to see if I liked it. Hers had variegated yarn here for a band of color here. And hers was smaller in the arm. I just added more here. But me, wearable that I am wearing, I'm beside myself. For the neck, it was wider, and I don't like that wide neck. I don't like my bra strap showing. It's just not my thing like that. I don't. Plus, I got like a little rounded shoulder. I like it covered. So I went back afterwards and did 2 rounds of, these are front post double crochets. I did 2 rounds of front post single crochets. Front post, back post, and then it still was a little wide, so then I just did I think I just did a single crochet round after that at the end. So I added 3 more rounds. I picked up and added 3 more rounds after to close it in. And yeah, not bad. I don't know how I feel about, I like my arm thing to be up higher. So I don't know if that's possible in this style, you know, if you have to increase even more. But yeah, I am wearing a wearable. Not exactly my color, I should say, and I chose these because I had 2 of this color, which was ice blue, I think. Hang on. Let me go back to my project page. 1 second. Yep. Ice blue, and this is mid gray. It's like a bluish gray color. But I had 2 of these and 1 of that, so I used almost all. I had like 2 balls, maybe like this big of each of them left. So I'm so psyched, and I did this in 3 days. I started that night we got there, and I finished. That was Saturday, so I finished Sunday. Yeah, so psyched. All right, let me take this off, and I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, by the way, the shirt I'm wearing, it's, ooh, I got lint in my eye. Just Yarn is Life. I made it. I made it for Z as a gift, and then I decided to get myself one because I liked how comfortable it is. So yeah, just a yarn ball. Yarn is Life. So I was saying about this yarn, this cotton nylon yarn. It's soft, very wearable. It's not like a rough peaches and cream kind of cotton. Sorry, the lawn guy is leaving. But as far as washing this one, it still has that, let's see, that really lived in, the edges especially have it, you know, because of the machine instead of hand washing. But I don't know if it's because of the color, you're not seeing it as much, but you don't see the worn look of it as much. I did turn this one inside out. Oh goodness, I did turn it inside out, so maybe that's why. But it definitely does have a bit of that, you know, the nibbles, the nibblies all over it. But all in all, third wearable. Oh, and speaking of wearable, did I mention? Yeah, I was able to wear my cardigan, and I wore it on the drive back, as you saw in the picture, because stopped at the yarn store, the yarn seller, and that store I had stopped at, not last year, because we didn't do much last year because of COVID, but I think it was the year before. Was it the year before, or was it last year? Either way, I had stopped there before, and they've since moved to a bigger place, so it's more open. And when I was there, one of the women there working, she said they actually have an intern there who's a crocheter, and she's helping them with their techie stuff and online and everything, so she'll crochet. So that's a lot of time for not saying a whole lot. But wearables, washing, read the instructions. I know I'm not precious with it, but for this, I don't know. Even if I had read the instructions, me hand washing cotton, I probably would have thrown it in the wash still. So yeah, maybe if it was a different material, I would have hand washed it, but no. All right. Next, did I show this last time? I don't know, so I'm going to show it again. For Settis Calendar Cal, I made it, I think, a week before it was due this time, because the time for June, I think I was like a day or two before it was due. But if I shown this, oops, if I haven't, this is my shell stitch cowl. It's a set. There's a hat and cowl in the pattern. I just added a half double crochet camel, what do you call it, ribbing to it. But yeah, and I will put the picture on the screen too. Maybe I'll put the picture here so you can see the colors. And I didn't have quite the right green for the picture. It was more of a grass green with a hint of yellow in it in the picture. But these are all the mandala ombres. that I had, and they were close enough to the colors, so that's what it is. So that's done. All right. Since we're talking vacation, I started. This is the bag I think I showed when I was doing my my journey through Whiplandia by Ash Love Makes. I have 3 of her bags, I think. I'm pretty sure. So this is one of them. Inside is pretty cool. I started one of my bucket list items, which is the Mindfulness. It's just called Mindfulness, but it's a shawl by Raviki. She has, I have a couple of other her patterns. Here's another view of it. But the colors caught me right away, and for some reason, I always wanted to make it. I've had this printed for a while. So, actually no, the first time I printed it was in black and white. This time I forgot, and my printer's dying anyway, so. But I started it. It calls for fingering. Oh my god. And I decided, okay, I will just bite the bullet. I will do it. And I happened to have done the Hobby Lobby clearance and got these, which is the merino nylon something or other. Merino nylon acrylic, 50, 30, 20 in that order. So I'm using right now these 2 colors. This is Power Surge, and then I only have one of these, I think. But I do have the watermelon. Yep, the neon watermelon. That I will be, if I run out of that, because it calls for 2 of one color and 1 of the other. So I only have 1 of this. So the neon watermelon I think will blend well with that. But I started it, and oh my god. It is not a TV watching kind of project. You have to pay attention. It's tiny yarns, and if you're used to working with that, I think you'll be more or less okay. But counting is key. Let me say that again. Oh, it's kind of hot in here. I'm gonna turn this thingy towards me. All right, I turned it up, so hopefully it's not too loud, because it's a little warm. Probably because of the candle that I have to put on because of the smells. Anyway, what was I saying? The pattern, counting. You have to count. You have to pay attention. She has a few what do you call it, charts in there. They will be useful because you're going to not be sure exactly where you're supposed to put you know, do the stitch, and it's just, it takes concentration, let me just say that. And it'll definitely be worth it when I'm done, and quite the challenge. And I think once you get through the first repeat, you're just repeating it a couple more times for the pattern. So once you get through that, hopefully it'll be good. But it's a little daunting. I had to put it aside for, you know, like an hour or 2, and then go back to it because I kept getting my counts wrong, and it's just, you need to count so that, because as you get bigger, you don't want to have to get to the end and be off a stitch and then having to figure out where you are, or where you messed up, like, you know. I really hate this camera. Sorry, hate's a strong word. This camera really annoys me. It shuts off, like, when I first got it, it was shutting off every like 24 minutes. Now it shuts off every, like, you know, between 15 and 16 minutes, and it's very annoying. But anyway, counting, again, I will say it, but it's pretty, and it's intricate, but it looks more intricate than it really is. It's just a lot of, you're gonna use front post stitches a lot and putting it in different places a lot. Yeah, every time I'm done a row, I'm like I let off, like, I feel like I've been holding my breath basically. So all this chit-chatting to say, come on, focus, not on me. Still, no? There you go. So it started here, and oh boy, I had to start 3 times because I was messing up. and it was just so little, and my man hands just was having a hard time grabbing. But this took quite the while to get going, let me tell you. Just this before all this ribbing here, and then you get to the ribbing, and I did change the ribbing a little. It's 4 rounds of ribbing in the back loop, but I didn't want to have the ribbing show on the back, because so far all the other section, the first section had no texture, basically no raised texture on the back. So I decided, why do I have ribbing on the back? So I didn't do the second row of ribbing. Instead of going in the back loop, I just went in both loops, and then, so basically all the ribbing is showing on the front and not on the back, because to me it's like a waste to show it on the back where everything else is just flat. So yeah, I am, I think, 2 more, maybe 2 more rows before that first repeat's done, and then it's just repeating it again for 2 times, and then I think it has the edging part. It's so small. It's so small, it's so pretty, it's so small. So this is nice and bold, and it will be great to go into the fall with, and even in those dreary winter time it'll be great because it's merino. But I'm interested to see how big it turns out, you know, when I go just to pattern. I'm assuming I could probably, I don't know, like add more repeats if I need to, but I want to see how big it actually is in this yarn. And if it's not as big as I think it's going to be, then I may try it again in like DK. I think that would have been better. Yeah. Yep. I think so. And right here, can you see, there's like right here, you're putting like multiple stitches in one and you're getting that hole, so I changed it so it's not as much of a hole up here. But yeah, it's it kind of reminds me of the Sis Love shawl, where like every round almost was different, and it was just, that was not a TV watching kind of shawl, because you had to pay attention like every row. So anyway, that's what I started. That's one of my bucket list items. Next, this is going to be a long one, I think. I started another wearable. Who am I? Oh my gosh. Now this one though, like these were double crochets, so you know they're gonna work up fast, and I'm a double crochet person. Like my hands and mind just goes right in double crochet whatever I'm doing without even thinking, and I'm gonna have to pause and change my battery real soon. But I am making, oh, I didn't print the front page of the pattern, but I am making the Plain Jane tee by On the Hook Crochet, and that's her right there. She's in all of her photos. She like came out gangbusters, and she's got what, like 150 patterns out now. But yeah, she does wearables. So hi Jeannie, if you're watching. So this is on my hook, and I think this one will take me a little bit, only because, you know, I started on vacation, but I just started literally, and I'm not on vacation now, and going back to work is going to be a beast. So let me pause, change my battery, and I'll be back. Plain Jane tee. Yep, that's going to be a while, and yeah, work. I will have a hell of a time catching back up at work. So what else? What else? Did I buy anything? I did. I bought, and hang on. I thought I bought something else, but no. So, what did I buy? What did I buy? My lighting looks like it's going. Before I show what I buy, or what I bought, that was it. What did I make? So while I was on vacation, the only craft fair related stuff I made were some Victrina beanies. I need to put pom-poms on them. So this is in something wine, Bordeaux, I think. It's the clearance I just got from Michael's a couple weeks ago. So, and I'm determined not to stack them in, just use them. So I think I used, nope, I didn't use all. I think I have 2 more. I used 2 and I have 2 or 3 more. But these hats, this is my Victrina beanie. I don't know why I called it a beanie, because it's not a beanie, but my Victrina beanie. Texture, it's just everything. So I made 2 in Bordeaux, 1 in Starlight, I think is this the color. This is all Thick and Quick, by the way. It's got the sparkle, and then this one is, I forget what the colorway was. It was one of the bonus bundle ones, and I had a partial skein, and I completely forget what the colorway is. I don't remember, but anyway, grays and blacks and stuff. So I need pom-poms for those, and then I'm going to make the rest of what I bought, which I think is 3 more Bordeaux, and I'm going to go through and see what I have for Thick and Quick and hats. I hope people are going to want hats, because that's what's going to be if I do the fall, the craftiest, because I do have quite a few of the circular machine hats that I've made, and the headbands and stuff. So I think, and plus I still have inventory from last year, well, the year before, since last year never happened. Yeah, so that's what I made. Before I left, I also made, it's funny, I looked over at my scrap and I'm like, I need to make sure I don't amass scraps, so I don't need any more scrap blankets. Well, the last one I made, it's on my bed, and it's like the best weighted blanket. It's just, yeah. And I still get to use it because of this crazy summer we've been having, or almost no summer. But anyway, I have all these scraps, and then I also had this. I don't even remember what yarn it is. I want to say I bought it at AC Moore way before they had closed. But it's like a tiny, like a boucle yarn with a thread going through it. Like that. And it's whites, grays, black, all marled together. So, yeah. So I had quite a partial skein left, so I used it in here. Basically, I made baskets, and quite a few people are making baskets all of a sudden. Great yarny minds, you know. So I just made this basket. So it's four strands. That boucle yarn, I had a, do I have any left? I had a partial skein of, I think it's banana berry, I think is the colorway. Hold on. Not that I have the name, and no, I don't know where I just put it. I had all of them in a bag. Nope. Anyway, banana berry, which is the blues and greens that you see through there. And then I had a skein of, partial skein of Red Heart with Love, and I threw in ombre, mandala ombres. So wherever they ran out, I threw in that. So it's just a little basket, little handle. You can throw the Yarn Geek. I think she's moving, and she's making like a ton of, her baskets are bigger. She's using which I think is cool, a hook that was what is it? That printed, 3D printed. It's 18 millimeter, because I don't think I've seen one out there, commercial one that's 18. And she's using 6 strands of yarn. I tried doing a, did I do a 4 or a 6 strand blanket, and I got maybe a third of the way, and it was just so heavy I couldn't, it was hurting my hand, and I ended up having to pull it apart, which was just as bad, because having to pull apart multiple strands of a project is horrible. So anyway, it's a very oceany, mermaidy looking with a bit of texture because of that boucle, like skinny boucle yarn. So there's that one. And then I just finished this one up last night. It was almost done before vacation, but I didn't get to finish. So I had a little bit of the banana berry left, and then I had a skein of paint box acrylic yarn that Debbie had given me. She'd given me two. I used one for, I think I'd used it in Settis Cal last year for one of the hats and for something else, and then the other one I used part of it, and then I just decided to use it in the blankets. So do I have any left? No, I don't think so. I thought I did. Oh, I do. Duh. There is the banana berry. What's left of that? I can focus. Focusing on the mannequin. Nope. Alright, you don't want to... There you go. Temperamental. So that's the banana berry. That's the color you saw. And then this was the skein of the paint box. I forget what the colorway is because I tossed the band. So it's just been sitting there, so I'm using it. And I used it as the main strand in this blanket, in this basket. And this one is cool and, you know, not usually my thing. I like the warmer colors, so, but it's still cool. Like a mermaidy vibe to it. This one has all the colors. And one of the things I love about a scrappy project is just slowly going through the different areas and seeing the color combinations and not, you know, thinking I would never put those together, but they just come out so great. So anyway, it started with that paint box, the banana berry. Oh, and I did the center single crochet, or what is the waistcoat stitch, makes the base very sturdy, whereas this one is not as sturdy, and it's, you know, it goes in a bit. Oh, by the way, I love the banana berry. Had a lot of the limey green color, and with the black of that fuzzy yarn, it looks great on the bottom. But look at that. I love how the colors mix. Oops, I'm bumping you. So yeah, I just kept going till I wanted to stop. I only did the waistcoat stitch on the bottom, and then I just did regular single crochets for the rest of it. And then I wasn't sure how I wanted to do the handle, so I decided to do the what is that called? The Japanese knot bag type. So I put a small handle here, so you can also hang it up and it'll hang this way, or you can hang it by the taller handle as well. It'll hang even lower, but that is what happens with it. So you can actually put that on your arm and have your yarn come off the sides or what have you, but there's no purpose for it. It's just using up yarn. That's the purpose. So there's that. So instead of blankets, I am going to be making baskets. And one year at my craft fair, I did have baskets, and they did actually sell. Different year they didn't sell, but that one year they all went pretty well. So who knows? So I've got scraps of knit picks, ombre, mandala ombre. Yep. This is the Dollar Tree. That's the Dollar Tree bulky yarn, and of course these. So I'm going to start another one with this being the base. I thought for this one I had a brown. No, I haven't used it yet. I have a partial skein of Red Heart Super Saver in, I think, the chocolate color, the dark brown, that I'm going to use. I also have a bulky from, I think, Joann's ages ago. So anyway, using up the scraps. All that to say, using up the scraps to make baskets. That's that. I haven't worked on my stash of shells because I didn't take that with me. Oh, I almost forgot. I did start another project inadvertently. One of my friends in my yarny group, we have a lot of yarn, as we all do, and we still buy. We try not to, but we still buy. So we decided that we were gonna try to do a little crochet along with the two of us on just using the stash and making blankets. She's always making like squares, and she has the patience of a saint. She just goes so slow when she's working, and I need to just, come on, go, go, go. So I'm not doing squares. But, so we have to pick our pattern and then use just our stash to make a blanket. And I think we're going to leave it at Afghan style, not like twin size or anything that big. But, in going through and then having purchased all that Knit Picks yarn that I still can't remember exactly why. I know I had a reason, but I can't remember why. So it's just here in a box, and I'm like, and what came on, Ron Strong, I had tested for him ages ago, one of his patterns. I should revisit that, because then I was new to pattern testing for anybody, and I was very nervous about it, and I wasn't sure, but I might have to revisit that. But anyway, he has a crochet along going on, and it's a Mandala Blanket, and it's, I think it's supposed to be 8 weeks long. Week 2 just came out. It comes out every Sunday, and week 2 just came out, and I am keeping up. I caught up on vacation. I brought it with me, or it was supposed to be in my bag that Father Minion had to go back and get. So I'll put up a picture of what week 1 looks like, and that was great. And then I had an idea of what, because I bought all those yarns, I bought a speckle and then solids to go with them, so I'm changing my mind basically as I go along. But week 1 including week 2, is it where it is? So yeah. So this is the Caution, Canary, and then the Just Peachy Speckle that's in there. And then, what was that? Cotton Candy, I think, is the pink. And the light pink is Blush. And then the red is red, I think. It's because this cherry speckle, or cherry something speckle, has red in there, and this is rouge over here. It's looking a little orangey pink on screen, but it's a deeper pink. And then I put that speckle again, so you can see the red here in there. There's a cherry speckle and is it a strawberry speckle or raspberry speckle that has more of a pink speckle. But anyway, that's where I am. I can just imagine how much bigger it's going to get and how many more stitches. So yeah, right now I have no real rhyme or reason. I'm going with the peachy speckle and the colors now. Then I went with the cherry speckle and the colors, and then I'm going to go in the whatever it is, raspberry, bubblegum, whatever speckle, I forget, and that will come next with the solid colors to go with it, and then I will repeat. So inadvertently jumped into a cal because I saw it, I got interested, and then I had the yarn, so yeah. So I had shown in my Whiplandia, the bag that Debbie had given me. So I took out the other bags that were in there from the old whips, and I'm using it to house that instead, because if I have to carry if I have to go anywhere and I need to bring the yarns, this is one of my bags, my previous bags with the traditional drawstrings. It's already busting out at the seam, so now it's in here. Alright, that's that. Purchases. I did a giveaway on Instagram for one of my scrappy bags. I'll put a little quick video I did of it, and I'm pretty sure it's been received. The winner was already contacted and it was already sent out. I think it went out even before I went on vacation. So Thank you for those of you who are on Instagram who participated. It will be random if I do it, unannounced, just as a thank you, so thank you. Alright, where are we? Ooh, it's gonna cut off. I'll be right back. Purchases. First, I'm gonna think, oh, there it is. I knew there was one more. So, I was on Instagram, as I usually am, scrolling. I am getting better at not being on there scrolling all the time, though. Yeah. One, it's as a wannabe, well, I shouldn't say wannabe designer. As a newish designer, it can be inspiring as well as deflating. And that's my own thing, where there are so many talented, like super talented people out there. I mean, they do things to just blow your mind, and then you think, oh, what I'm doing is, it's all right. I have to remind myself that what I do is for people at a certain level. Well, I don't want to say at a certain level, but I like simple things. I like simple things with a little oomph to it, and I need to remind myself that that's where I am, and I can sit and admire the folks who do such gorgeous, like, incredible work out there. But sometimes, you know, we all do it and it's like, oh. So I try to minimize that kind of scrolling, just to not put me in that frame of mind. So that's my PSA for today. But in doing that, you know, the ads are just everywhere now on Instagram, all the time, constantly, and God forbid you go click on, you know, one of the ads. Now you're seeing multiple of that same type of stuff now all the time. I was looking for blinds, because I have, you know, the usual cheap blinds, vinyl blinds that you buy in the stores, and now, you know, they don't make them with pull cords anymore. They're all automatic raise. Well, not automatic, but you have to, like, push it and then it goes up. There's no pull cord, which I understand why, but it's very, very inconvenient. Like, you don't want to be touching that all the time, and ugh, anyway, whole other thing. So I was looking for blinds. I happened to click on that ad, and now I'm just seeing ad after ad after ad for blinds, and it's like annoying. Having said all that, furls is one that always comes up anyway, and I saw an ad for a kit. I forget what it's called, but part of it, one of the reasons I bit into it too is that part of it goes to charities, part of the sale. So I'm like, I will give the furls hook one more time, one more try. Plus they're so pretty. So, oh, I'm gonna break that. There we go. I decided it was it a stay-at-home kit or something? I don't remember what the kit was, but I wish it had like a nice yellow hook. But I settled for red instead. So I got, let's see, will it focus? Yep, I think this is the Galaxy or something, but I got an H, and it's so pretty. It is. Now, I don't know, it must have been late when I was scrolling through and saw it, because as soon as I hold it, I know that it doesn't have a dedicated thumb pad or thumb rest, and that's an issue for me, and I know that, so I don't know why I did that, other than, oh, it's for charity. So I'm gonna give that another try. And along with the kit came their merino, the Whims merino, the Z twist yarn. I have not tried it yet, but come on, that. And I got the gray because none of the other colors are really calling to me, so yeah, I got that. And it is Whims merino and charcoal is the colorway. 50% fine superwash merino and 50% nylon. It does definitely have that, you can feel the wool, but you can feel like that slickness of the merino, the nylon. And it calls for a 5.5 to 6.5 hook, and to number 4. Yeah, I think you can machine wash it, but lay flat to dry. No dryer. Yeah. That's what the label looks like. If it would, there you go. Wham. So, yep. Give that a try. When? I don't know. I was actually thinking, instead, I won't use that hook for it, but I was thinking of making an amigurumi out of it, because it's not enough to, how many yards? I didn't tell you that. Does it tell me the yardage? It doesn't. Oh wait, very small. 103 yards, 94 meters. So that's not enough for a hat, even a knitted one. So that was one purchase. Had to be a late night purchase. But this one wasn't a late night purchase. This one was a purchase because of Setta. Yep. I'm gonna steal a little bit of Crystal of Ricola. Her saying, and Setta made me do it. But it's in support of one of our community members, and I've been following Melissa since before she started doing this. She used to make videos, and she stopped for a while, and she came back, and then now she's doing yarn dyeing. She's dyeing acrylic yarn, which is, I'm sure, a task unto itself. So there's a little note in her card. I don't know what I did to the, since I changed the battery, it's not focusing the way it used to. Alright, she sent some tea. Peach detox. I'm gonna have to share that with somebody. I'm not a fan of peach tea. And then she also sent a handmade with love with a little looks like a glass bead on it, stitch marker. The card. So there's that. I will put a link to her channel below. But what did I get, you want to know? I got the two Settis. The Have a Blessed Day colorway. Obviously, I hope you guys, well, most of you may know that different yarn bases, whether it's superwash, whether it's non-superwash, merino, silk, they take the same colors so differently. So I got a cotton one because I actually wanted to use it to do an Echo cat in cotton. I wanted to do one in cotton, and then, oh, I'm like, this is a perfect opportunity to do it. But I also got the superwash merino, and oh yeah, that's the color. That's pretty much the color there. This took the color, just lovely, saturated beautifulness. Yep. It's a little brightened by the light, but that's pretty much the colorway of Have a Blessed Day on superwash. But this is what it looks like on cotton. Very muted. Very muted. On cotton. And this cotton seems much thicker, even though they're both 4-weight. This one is thicker than this one. Come on, why are you not focusing like before? I don't know what I did to it. There you go. So this colorway is called Forgiven. Speckles. So I'm thinking if I will have enough to do the body of the cat, the Echo in this colorway. Of course she won't focus. I don't know what I did. I must have touched something. No? No? But anyway. That's as good as it's gonna get. So, whoops. So, I got these from Melissa. Thank you, Melissa. It's gorgeous, especially this. The saturation in this is just absolutely gorgeous. So, I will put her channel link below, like I said. I know she was, Crystal of Bag a Day ordered from her, so she's trying to catch up with orders now because of that. So if you do order from her, or if you did and you haven't received, just give her some time, a little patience. And she's working, as you can tell if you've seen her videos, even her hands are just all colored from all the dyeing. So I think that's all I bought. Oh, no. How dare I? Vacation yarn, of course. Oh, so soft. So I hopefully would have put a video in, or maybe I'll put it in now. Oh, I'm so happy now with my choice. I bought some Malabrigo. And now I have to go, because I have a skein, maybe even 2 of Rios and Sunset in my stash up there for a while. I really need to go through my, what I used to call my fancy yarn, but basically my hand dyed and non-big box store yarns. But I bought 3 skeins of Malabrigo Rios in Marte, in glitter. I don't know why it's called glitter and there's no glitter in it. And then of course Sunrise. So Sunrise, and it's looking very orange, blown out. Let me see something. I don't know what I did, but I'm not gonna do it. I don't know what I touched. Sorry, I don't know what I did, but it's not focusing. And there's that. Nope. No. Camera, we were doing so well until that battery change. But anyway, so this is Marte and this is glitter. I hope you can see it, but together they scream fall, they scream me. Yes, and very unfocused. Okay, alright, I've been futzing with this and I don't know what I did, but can you see that? It's still a little blurry, but there you go. So, Marte, glitter in the middle, and Sunset. And this is coming a little oranger than it is. This is more golden, like golden than orange. Yeah. Oh, and they're worsted. Rios is worsted. Ugh. It's me. There were so many other colors that I wanted, but yeah. Took me a while to settle, but always go back to fall. So I bought those at the yarn seller, and then last year, do I still have it here? Pardon me. No, I thought I did, but it's one of my dyed. Nope, I don't. But last year I bought it's somewhere up there, a skein of their local hand dyed. And this is 70% alpaca, 20% silk, 10% cashmere. Oh my god. It's just, it's just so pretty. And it's 246 yards. It's a DK. So, and look, I love it's totally blown out, but this is like a deeper red color, and then this is almost like a dusky pink color. Oh, it's just so fluffy. Oh goodness. So I gotta look up and see if I can find a nice cowl pattern for it that I could do knitted, because I want to be able to have enough yarn to do it. And I know this won't be enough for crochet. For something of any substance, I might just do a plain ribbing on the bottom and then just stockinette, and then a little ribbing at the top, just so I can. Okay, this is going to be a long video. So I'm going to go. I'm pretty sure I've forgotten something, and I will spot it as soon as I shut off this video for the last time. So on that note, stay tuned for sometime in the next couple of weeks for my other part 2 or installment 2 of my Whiplandia journey to empty bags, because, hold on, hopefully I don't start an avalanche. Bags. So this is a bag I got at just one of those that folds like into nothing, and I think I got it Bath and Body Works. I've used it a ton, as you can tell. It was like my carry yarn project when we traveled to work, and it's well used. And it's that material, you wash it and hang it up and it dries in no time. But what I'm using it for is to store bags. And this is just a smidgen. These were the bags that I emptied out during Whiplandia. Just love that. So there's these, and then this one's empty, and then this one I was using for my top that I did on vacation, but that's one of mine. So it's going to house bags, and I want to see how many bags I can stuff in here. At least how many empty bags anyway. Yeah, that's my goal. Empty them. Do something with them. So on that note, I'm going to bid you adieu. I'm going to, I'm looking at fabric, and you know, real life's getting in the way. So on that note, because I haven't been looking at you guys, I've been looking at myself in the screen the whole time, I'm going to bid you adieu. Going to finish my wine. Going to unhook myself from my prison. Stink. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.